you managed to launch the box station into space. I still think smashing it into a town would have sent a stronger message.
But sending it into a town would have not been that nice. Plus, we would miss out on being able to loot it. Hello, Derek, and hello, RSPS. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome into another day of the Outer Worlds 2. I'm Mr. Abbas, and we are here to have some fun. Let's get back to it.
This unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter.
Okay, so this is where we left off with the error correction while TTD is active. I don't like that. Fortune Favors is one that spends our money for damage resist, well, right? Receive damage, you lose half the damage total in bits. Has no effects while you are out of bits. And where's the other one? That's for the equation. Ignore a single incoming hit every turn as long as you haven't taken damage in the last 10. Your gadget energy recharge rates increase significantly. That's the one. Rats will see the wearer as friendly. Gain 15% evasion. Inspiring authority. So we'll look like that weirdo. There we go. And remote detonator. Is that the only one that we picked up? No. We picked up a new one, right? Gunner's mobile turret suit. Mobile reloading bench passively loads ammo into your current weapon based on your gun skill. Okay. Merciless Master. Martyrdom. When you are killed during combat, all living companions are knocked out. You immediately revive 50% of your max health for each knocked out companion. As a 3-minute cooldown. Oh. Battles? That seems fun. Menacing Mask, Persistent Shiver, melee weapons deal 10% of your sneak, don't care. Batman's Jacket, Spider Mines, taking damage as a chance based on your hack skill to release a spider. We don't have any hack. Tactical Trajectile Defense Dome. Projectiles that come too close will automatically be destroyed at the cost of used energy. Okay. So that's a helmet that will stop bullets. Sounds fun. And remote detonator. Okay. Let's talk to all the weirdos up here, because I'm pretty sure everybody wants to talk to us again.
A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared.
Wait, what? Figures. Matter never ceases to exist even if its perceived form has.
Providing intellectual validation to this unit's queue. Priority low, based on energy readings. Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible.
So the station where we blew up last time is where we're going now. To do what exactly?
Calculating. According to the Archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator and inputting the rift data processed by the Archive. However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be highly unlikely due to the high levels of rift energy.
Okay, so this is point of no return. Sounds like it's got the potential of being a one-way trip.
That is a correct assessment, Commander. Transitioning to Good News Protocol. As this unit was corroborating data on the anomaly, a message was also received from your allies, Commander.
Oh, is that
Auntie's
nice?
Choice and the Order have sent word that their forces will be prepared to render you assistance once you navigate to Horizon Point.
How nice of them. Good news indeed.
Briefing complete.
Okay. So...
The corporate stooges and the Order were good for only one thing, laying waste to one another. Now they are allies? I'm disturbed by the implications of this alliance. But the Protectorate will yet prevail.
No.
Mark my words.
No. No. The Protectorate will go down. Even if I have to do everything all over again just to make sure that happens. You two are having a very enlightened conversation. And why does she look like 50% smaller than her?
Did you need something?
Okay, you got nothing.
Figures that after all our time avoiding rifts, our next mission has us heading right toward one. But that suits me fine. You know I can't go a day without attempting some heroics in the face of danger. Soon as you're ready to travel there, I'll be standing alongside you.
Thanks for that, I guess. Maybe, possibly, probably. Hi, Ava. Oh,
Still
Asa.
too many corporate bootlickers drawing air around here for my
Yeah, you're not very nice, are you?
Never thought I'd see the day the Order stoops so low as to pal around with Auntie's choice. I know your intentions were good, but do you really see these two staying cozy past war's end?
No, not really. I hope so. I think they can curb each other's worst impulses.
Or magnify them. But who knows? This merger's already saving lives, so I suppose it was worth the effort. Nicely.
Thank you, Niles. I definitely needed your validation. Don't know why, but... Hi, puppy. He's a good little puppy. He's a good little golden puppy. Okay, what else do we have left? Locate audio logs, search Cloister. But now that we've been there, can we actually... Oh, we are at Cloister. Can we actually interact with that thing? Because we turned that control rod back into the other dudes. Right? Oh, let's take Marisol. She kind of understands that stuff. That little magic stick that opened the doors. We turned that in. That's where the chapel was. I think the chapel had one of those thingies. Yeah, see, this thing. Retune variable resistor monitor. Using your knowledge of astronomy. Okay. So we can use it, but to what end? Okay, what did that do? What did that do? Did that do something here? Pick up serrated plasma cutter. That sounds fun. This chamber was built in honor of exemplars who fine-tuned the first plasma cutters, which are used for precision cutting the great punch cards. Okay. So it opened up this door. And nothing else. Okay. Yeah, because now that one's open. Okay. Reasons pass. I don't know. Does anybody remember where the other chapel thing was? Oh, this isn't it. This is where that lady was. The other angry lady. Yeah. Nope! Almost jumped off too much, but Livian once again. So there's nothing on top of there. The Plaza's Garden, no. Extension conduit, no. Forward base. Oh, this one. Execute the chapel. Now we need to retune the thing. But where is it? Is it on the roof? It should be on the roof, right? Retune. Aha! This one was a trick question. The first unit was installed during the day. I don't know what any of that meant, but whatever. So, is there now a secret door opening in here as well? Yes, it did. Energy dispersion exemplar armor. Conflict commencement compensator. That bloody hell does that mean? Gain 10% of max health as temporary health upon entering combat. Don't we have something similar? I think we have something similar enough. Chamber was built in honor of the exemplars, okay. Now we need 2 more of these weird temples, right? Two more of these. But where the bloody hell would they be? Are there any passageways that we didn't look over? Over there. There's something here. And maybe around here? Or here? Okay. So let's start with Auntie's choice. Maybe they have a bounty terminal there so we can get rid of our bounty. That would be great. And it looks like they do. Oh, no, that's a fireplace.
These need to be cleaned.
Those Protectorate scum squeezed us good this time. I feel like a sprat of unusual size in a cagement for miniature.
Bounty terminal.
What do you need? See ya.
No bounty terminal. Aww. Really?
We've talked enough. I've got paperwork needs filing.
No, you don't. Standing there doing nothing. Okay, those giant balls are spinning, so that's something. I think that looks like a chapel. Right? Yeah. There's one of those things that we have to tune. At least I think it is. Cogitation chapel. That's the thing. And every time I see it, I want to say exogeny. It's the wrong game. But I still want to say exogeny. There's a hole in your floor.
The Oracle Laureate hoped that sending me into desolation would mend what he saw as wounds in my mind. The first few weeks were horrible. Grief dogging my every step. Nightmares of my murdered colleagues. But then, the nightmares began to ease, and the grief ebbed away. What replaced them is emptiness. The Order speaks of humanity becoming something more, but their words are insufficient speculation. There is nothing more to be. Only dust and death, and the rifts await us. Those rifts,
Dust
I
in
find
the
the
wind.
absolute annihilation they offer oddly soothing. Perhaps I will make one last pilgrimage. One last journey on the path from nothing to nowhere.
All we are is dust in the wind. Apparently, this is not where we need to go for that door. Did unlock it, but I want another goodie. Damn it. It stole a goodie from me. Okay, so that's the door, but where? Oh, it where my goodie is? No, this is not where my goodie is. My goodie has been crushed by rubble. That's not very nice, now is it? Is there anything in there? There is not. I don't know what this stuff is. I'm assuming it has something to do with that thing. The supercomputer AI terminal thing, device, whatever. Just a guess, but I'm assuming that's what it's part of. Take that one away, and then we have something over here. Newton. Did you have something in here? Wait. Why was there a dead order disciple there? Did you guys kill your own people again?
Another cultist communications device by the looks of it.
You don't need it. I do not need it. No, it doesn't look like this one of that. It has one of those tuning forks thingies, whatever it is. Okay. So 100 meters that away? Ish. Something, maybe. I don't know. Apparently it's still stealing even though everybody's dead. How can I steal from people that are no longer alive? Isn't that just reclaiming lost goods?
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Well, how about now?
I'm the one you need to worry about.
Mitigating the threat, locking them down. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Okay. Door is barred shut. Can we restart this generator or something? No, doesn't look like it. Ew, goody. Plasma pistol. But there's more things that we don't need, and we still pick everything up. It's whatever. So this one didn't lead us anywhere. So over to Spireton and then that one. Have fun in 76, Derek. And don't forget to jump in with somebody else so that they can help you do stuff. And that they can help you do a raid. Because you love doing raids. Corporate fixer, corporate fixer.
If it isn't my new
It's the hot shot for hire from the wireless.
Oh, that's a way. Stop spying on me. I just saw the notification on Steam. Not my fault. Just said that Derek went to play 76. It froze loading the game if I won't play. That's normal. That happens every 3 or 4 loads. I don't know why it does that, but it's normal. What in the world is that thing? Like a giant jukebox. Oh, can't interact with it. It looks like there's a chapel over there. My discombobulator. Right in the face. Oh, I missed.
Mobilizing.
Damn it.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Hold on. Combatant scanned.
Hello, Xamara. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so that's something we haven't explored yet. I think. New stuff. That's what we were looking for.
Vitals are in the red, Commander.
Ow. Why would you put explosives on the ground? That's not very nice. Hello, sweetie. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. There's another freaking mine there. I like just in something with that. Let him out. Be nice. Puppy can't help it. Just knows. Uh-oh. Now I have to go out before she starts losing track of time and playing too long. Doing good. Just done with 3-hour stream. Awesome. What did you stream? Because I didn't see anything. What were you playing? And what the hell is that for the ship? Sub Rosa Contractor. This looks like the smallest ship ever. Stream Chicken Invader. Chicken Invaders? Huh? I don't know that. Never heard of it. Hope it was fun. Corporate hireling, corporate hireling. Or grenade, or mines. Sealed. So we need hack to unseal it. But we don't have hack, so we cannot unseal it. Unless we can climb in through the roof, maybe? Nope, we cannot. Outer Worlds 2, is that new? I know the first one. It's relatively new, yes. Not new, but...
So, you folk just drop into a war zone,
Oh.
find an empty building and set up shop?
We shoot on site. That's not very nice.
Yeah, let me know if anything catches your eye. Very.
Aren't afraid of getting
Cheeky masked flat
robbed,
cap.
or killed, or probably
Respirator.
Tell me, is the reason you're here because
Silent sniper rifle.
Let
Aye.
me know if you're looking for anything in particular.
What is a sub-rose agent doing in a war zone?
Making a profit? What else? War is very lucrative. Especially when you can sell...
What you got? Two decryption keys, what's this? Boa skin. Conman. When your health drops below 25%, gain 50% of your max health as temporary health. Has a 2-minute cooldown, which decreases with your lockpick skill. Why lockpick? Yeah, let's get the advanced decryption keys. Shock assault rifle, reinforced barrel. What was this thing? This is shock assault rifle? Fully compact assault rifle. Yes.
Let me know if you're looking
Yes,
for...
yes. Maybe reflex sight? You have a weapon bench.
Talk with the guy behind the counter if you need something. I'm just here to help.
You do not have a weapon bench. Okay.
Look at you, rocketing up
You're
the
looking
corporate
to buy,
ladder.
head
So
inside.
cold. It was quite a walk to get here.
Open sesame. Ew. Okay, a bunch of rings, a bunch of stolen stuff. This must be a Sub Rosa place.
Feel free to use the workbench. Just don't break it.
Thank you. Moss. Micro reflex sight. Anger management. Fire tiny plasma pellets that go to enemies. No. Bullet blender. So this does not give us anything. So this is the one. That's the energy assault rifle. And the other one is just not. Okay. Don't care. What do we have here? More stuff that's unreachable and unusable. Yep. We've been there. And now where the hell is that chap that we're looking for? You have a lot of snow. I have a lot of snow. We were Frankfurt to have the coldest winter since 16 years ago. Snow will be till March. We had snow yesterday, evening and night, but it was gone this morning again. And I don't think it's gonna snow much anymore. think it's mostly just gonna rain. Awful. It's gonna be cold during the night, but above freezing during the day. Okay, so this is just useless. We've been here because we've looted that. Been here? Yes, we've been here. How the hell are there buildings over there? There's buildings up top. Ow. Ow. Wish it was here. I'm tired of it. I bet. Where the hell can we get onto that area? There's something up there, but I don't know how to get there. Not through there. Obviously not through here either. And I have to start a new build in Skyline Valley. Ugh. Skyline Valley is so loud. Oh, can't even climb up there. Okay, so cannot go up there. Cannot go through there. This leads to the Sub Rosa stuff, people. Yes, this leads to the Sub Rosa people. So where the hell is the passage into the mountains for the other stuff? Shows a quiet area where I got a mega slot. Okay. Didn't even know that there were quiet areas in the Skyline Valley. Because everywhere I go in that place, it's stupid loud. We have to like go through here or something. We cannot level up anymore because we are already max level. I made a camp at Fasnacht. But why? Kind of close to the bottom of the map. Okay. I'll take your word for it. You know more about building than I do. There is that. Damn it. Okay, so it's not there. Where is the last stupid chapel? Something over there. Hello, Angel. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Ascension conduit number 3. That doesn't look too helpful.
If it were up to me, you'd get a raise.
Apparently we never went over this bridge. Oh, look. Oh, that's the chapel on the other side of the bridge. Damn it. Use Dinky the Dino and use the mannequin to hold the rifle. Sign states, sniper in Dino really wants your 5-snap array. That's funny. There's gonna be a lot of people that will not get that. And that just makes it even more funny. Oh, there's the aim thingy up here. Oh. Well, it's up here, but we can't use it. What the frick is the point of it then? So, is there a chapel in Spiriton, maybe? Is that why we cannot find it? I don't think I've seen a chapel in Spiriton. Don't have lockpick 11, so we can't go in there. I don't think there was an alternative path into there either. Nope. Hey. What?
Straight, soldier.
Well, that's not nice. Here I am doing all this effort to try and get up there. And we can't even get up there. Okay, that's not helpful at all.
All quiet? Clear start.
Oh, crap
You
cakes.
suffered extensive damage, Commander.
Ah, you're fine. This time jetpack would be nice to use. That would be helpful, yes. But we do not have a proper jetpack. We only have a floaty jetpack. And even if we use that, we just float to the ground and still hurt ourselves. So where is that last stupid chapel? Am I just being an idiot and I'm not seeing it? Or is it just not here? What is it? And that's an invisible barrier. That's not helpful. Web browser. Come on. Hello. Outer Worlds 2. Exo Cogitation Chapels. Go away. One there, one there, one there, and this one. Go here? Yes, here. So how the bloody hell do you get there? Location notes. After you gain access to the archive, you will eventually end up in an area beneath Cloister called the Underlands. Eventually, you'll access a lift that will take you back to the surface. One of these lifts leads to the chapel. Okay. So we have to go into the underbelly thingy. Okay. And yes, I am cheating with the guide. Because I could spend 7 hours looking on the surface and would have never found it. And we're not doing that. If we can help it. Hi.
You've been much help. That is the consensus among my peers.
Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
And may I shoot you in the face. We're sealed off there.
I have no further information to impart at present.
Meh. Off to bed. Nice chatting. Have a fun stream, Mr. Chat. Have a good one, sweetie. Thank you very much for hanging out, and hope you have a good night rest, and we'll catch you in the next one. No map data found. So did we have any better elevators in here? Punch processing. I do remember finding a bunch of elevators. I just never realized that any of them would lead us anywhere we want to go. Yeah. Ow. Okay, so you fall straight through there. That's not helpful. Okay, so this does not bring us anywhere useful. After you gain access to the archive, you will eventually end up in an area beneath Cloister called the Underlands. Eventually, you will access a lift. Head directly northwest from the previous Oxygenic Chapel location. There is a chapel on top of a cliff just north of a bridge. Got that one. Chapter 4. Underlands via the icon. Oh, it's in the Underlands. Okay. Makes a little bit more sense. Not much, but a little bit more. Hello, girl. Hello, girl. Okay, so this was the powering for this thing. But this also doesn't lead us anywhere. That also doesn't lead us anywhere. But this is not the way to the Underland. Okay. Apparently this is not the way to the Underlands either. No, this is the way to that area. So there's just the fight. There's nothing over there. This is where all the loot was. Okay. Right, so this didn't have anything that we wanted. Underlands, there we go. We found it! It's a miracle! Now to find a bloody chapel. Travel to Horizon Point Station. Sins of the Future. No, that's Horizon Point. That's not where we need to go. Cold storage? No, we need to go to the Rift area. So that ish away? Ish away? Don't jump down there. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Nope, 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 nope. That definitely doesn't seem like a good idea. Elevator. Is that where we need to go? I haven't even discovered grafting yet. I am still very new. I can guarantee you that one of my main character, or one of my characters that's like 800-ish, doesn't have half of the map markers yet. I just didn't care for going for map markers. Didn't matter.
Thanks for the help. I'm staying here to keep watch on these sorts. Can't just leave them here alone.
Sorry, time is big.
You seem like a go-getter.
Have a profitable day.
So you're just staying here until they die of old age. Okay. Back with that. That it? That looks very chapel-y. And it's not it. I wish I had a armor that made me run like 280% faster or something stupid like that. Or I could whip out a little moped, like a jet moped. Gimme, gimme, gimme a mine after midnight, just because we can sell them to the vendor. Yeah. Oh, that's where the two idiots were fighting each other. This is where the two rifts were, but that's not anything to do with a chapel. Okay, so it wasn't there. You gain access. Eventually, you will access a lift that will take you back to the surface. One of these lifts leads to the chapel on top of the hill at the location marked on the map above. This doesn't look like a map marker, though. We have to find an elevator. Hello, Jim. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. That's a lot of vodka. French alcoholics. And they wonder why nobody gets their job done. We need an elevator that brings us to the top of the hill, so we can find the exocognition chapel. That's thermal transfer. That will take us deeper, not further up. If we cross the bridge over there and then go up there. Maybe. Hopefully. Possible. I'm aware you're not supposed to go through the barbed wire like that. But it worked, so I'm okay. So that elevator, does that elevator take us to the top of the hill? Like, completely on top. In the center of the map. Lockpick 9. We don't have any lockpick 9. Well, that's not helpful. A piece. Oh yes, it takes us to the exocognition chapel. Hooray! We finally made it up here. Your knowledge, you calculate the average nonsense. Heavy marksman rifle. Dawn Maniac. Open the magic door. Open this magic door. Knock, 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 knock. Loop grenades. Oh. Could have gone through there, right? As well. Okay. Well, that's not helpful.
We in the Order love to speak of a grand plan, of ordered complexity. Where all things have a reason for existing, a purpose to fill. But what purpose is served by hundreds dying senselessly in the cold? The longer this interminable war drags on, the more convinced I become of the universe's dispassionate variability. We must reconcile with this reality, and if we cannot, then perhaps it is time we evolve a new philosophy altogether. It's certainly worth bringing up with the presiding bishop upon my return.
Okay. Silenced frosty plasma pistol. Now we just need to find somebody that's interested in the hollows. And who is going to be interested in the hollows, though? That's the next question. Oh, crap. Should have gone to... Yeah, come on. The inside garden thingy. This one. I had hoped I had some pills here, but sadly I do not.
Whatever your honorarium, it is well deserved.
Smart researchers patronize the scientician's surplus.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. That old dude is gone. Nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope. Are you still here?
Let's pinpoint what you and I can
You
accomplish.
have nothing. Okay. How about you, lady?
Always a pleasure to speak with one who has made...
Oh. Deviations under duress. Meant to visit the chapels to get Beckett to tell me to talk to Bazaar to make archives easier. Blah, blah, blah. You get the key to come in. No. Who do I turn it into? Brennan, once all 4 logs are found, they are turned in to progress the Oracle's Laureate storyline. Didn't we already did that? Yes, we already did that. Oracle's Laureate. Are you cheating again? Yep. Find mural pieces. I'm not gonna do that. Pursue propaganda. I'm not doing that.
It's you, prime mover of the grand plan.
Prudence dictates. Weech.
If my younger self could see me...
Nope. Hey, you're...
Let's pinpoint what you and I can
Yeah,
accomplish.
you have nothing else. Like, nothing else.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
Okay. So you were completely useless. Fine. Then let's go to the final mission. Because hopefully it will take a little longer. And before I travel though, I'm gonna have to get some pills. Because I'm getting a headache and I want to be able to finish it. Be right back. There we go. Let's get this done. Let's make a hard save in case we make some stupid mistakes. Reconstituted horizon point. Point of no return. Yes. Make a new save. That doesn't look very reconstituted. Sorry to say.
It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control.
We've got the rift modulator. Who's responsible for this?
The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
Is this his idea of demonstrating might? Hell of a way to do it.
He's intimidating his people into doing his bidding. No way they see sense in this.
Intimidation is not required. Protectorate subjects are not programmed to question authority. Warning. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent certain destruction of the colony. While the Order and Auntie's Choice have sent their forces to assist you in intercepting the modulator, it will take time for them to navigate the station. It seems Agent DeVries is also here, Commander. She sent word that she, quote, knew you wouldn't be able to stay away either and is ready to finish what she started, end quote.
Oh, good. I love when more complications are added to the pile. I can handle...
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander.
I mean, I never make any errors. Right. It's pretty though. Why are you switching between fools? There we go.
Soon the consul will answer for his many
Just waiting on your orders, Commander.
Now's not really the time for a chat. You need something?
Now's not the time for a tete-a-tete, I'm afraid.
To be so close. The rip. Too much mayhem to be sown to stop and talk right now.
Okay. So let's take Inez and Niles. Niles so he can talk to his lovely DeVries. And Inez, because she clearly wanted to go in there. She thought that was looked like fun. Why does your ship have arms? That doesn't seem right. Your ship shouldn't have arms.
You know how some creatures can smell danger? Think I might have absorbed some of that. Watch those troops carefully.
There she is, the Providence. I'd have sacrificed pay to build a ship like that back on Triangulum.
Well, that's not right. Where's my big boom? There's my big boom. I can feel my inner Rex come out. I can even feel my inner grunt come out as well.
What a shame. But reckon it's better he didn't live again to see this.
This large power core, we don't have any melee to do that. Reconstituted trooper.
Give the order and I'll take care of it.
Where did you come from? Chat is quiet. We need to talk guns again. I don't know.
Ready to waste them on your command.
Chat is basically always quiet.
The skip drive is our legacy. It is our mandate. It is who we are. And it falls to you. The eyes, the ears, the brain.
Rift residue. That's expensive stuff. In combat. Apparently we are in combat.
Look alive, Commander.
Don't mind me. Looking a few courts low, Commander.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone. Remember, we're all in
Want the gun mount for the Series Land Rover? Should hit the Brent gun. What the hell's a Brent gun?
I can't imagine a worse fate than forever hanging between life and death.
Back in business.
Anybody else in here that's not mad at me? Ren LMG. Okay, so it's an LMG. That's 2 Dragoons that were taken out by the big gun.
and it falls to you. The eyes, the ears.
Read this, Cadet Maori. Hey, I remember this.
To determine who introduced the
I remember this. Read this too, Cadet Maori. The landing pad is corrupted. I remember that.
fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone.
Cadet Maori is the one we convinced to let us pass to go get Reese. I have a clamp for an Uzi, 101 FC mortar rack, and clips for the L1A1. Uzi is just silly. It's not like if you mount it, then that it increases stability or range. The Uzi just is one of the worst options for vehicle mounting. Okay, apparently we cannot do anything with that dude. That's not right. Bastards.
You know, if the lives and deaths of millions weren't in the balance, this would make a fine agility course.
No, it
The
would
rift
not.
modulator ought to make our path clearer.
Attention! This is your Auntie calling. Per our agreement, Auntie's choice support ships, including the fine print, the contingency plan, and the upper hand, are headed your way. Order forces are on a similar trajectory.
Nice.
It couldn't be better. Not sure I trust our shield to hurdle against that plasma. Let's find another way around.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Backup arrived, so that's good. Okay, so what's the point of going in here? And the driver needs to stow his personal weapon. There was a quick release clamp. Okay, so it's an Uzi mount so that you can quickly get rid of it. Still doesn't make much sense.
Thought my plasma shower days were behind me when I left Triangulum.
What do I know?
Deserves a look. Armed and ready.
User's choice of weapon was easy. They needed a gun that those in the field could fire and a cook in the kitchen could use it. I mean, everybody can use it. And, I mean, it has an effective range of like 3 meters. So, as long as you're within 3 meters, you can kill whatever is in front of you. But then somebody else has a good line of sight on you as well. So that doesn't seem like a good idea. I mean, it's definitely easy to use as long as you have the strength to hold on to it. Like the brand Uzi's originally check design. I'll take your word for it. I don't know.
Practicing some battlefield medicine.
Ready to take the heat up.
hell's shooting at me? From where? And how? Oh, there you are.
Medics and pharmaceutical provisions incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say, that is better than nature.
Jax makes a lot of good weapons. CZ-75 handgun is a good pistol. Don't know, never used it, never seen it. He's not conscious.
Forward! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Adjusting calculations. Hold fire on our allies.
Whoopsie daisy. Oopsie daisy. Easy with a .22 LR exchange barrel. Uh-huh. Abomination. I know, right? You heard it too.
Medics and pharmaceutical provisions incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say, that is better than nature.
No, it is not.
Forward! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Adjusting calculations. Hold fire on our allies.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Son of a biscuit.
Alert. A systems malfunction has been detected. There is no danger. Stay calm and continue your work.
The system's malfunction has been detected. There is no danger. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that?
Exposure. Undermining.
Corporate climbers dead. Hi, corporate people.
I never could have predicted that the rift would produce something so monstrous. Much to consider.
Ooh, goody. Adreno bubble up elite portrait. What now? Adreno bubble up. Heals 275 over 5 seconds, 100% toxicity drain rate. Primer that grants a very small heal over time that also increases your toxicity drain. So we just gain a little bit of toxicity, but we mostly gain uranium poisoning. So doesn't matter much.
Supplies and medical attention are available to you, Commander. Please, proceed.
Hello, lady.
Thank you.
Investigating.
They gave me goodies. I like goodies. But for red flag, why would it be a red flag? Because she knows more about the stuff than you? That just seems interesting, so you can learn more.
That sounds like Helen? No. No, it couldn't be.
No, she's reconstituted and nearly dead. There.
from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Helen? It's me, Niles.
Wait, Rookie? Commander? Is that you? No, this must be some kind
You're
of trick.
stuck in a rift.
Oh, what's happening to me?
Take a deep breath. You're looking peaky. What symptoms are you experiencing right now?
My skin, it's burning. I feel dizzy. Not right at all. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me.
Good night, Angel. Thank you very much for hanging out and having fun with us.
I had to kill them.
Sleep well, and hope we'll catch you in the next one.
Awful. But you were only defending yourself.
How do I know you won't turn against me as well? How do I know you won't come at me with murder in your eyes?
You know me, Helen. I'd never hurt one of my
We'd
crew.
like to help you any way we still can.
You do seem like yourself, Commander. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
She was alive when the rift engulfed the station. That's how she's here now.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. Don't tell me the situation got too fluid.
Certainly not. I was focused on the objective, as every one of your crew should have been. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Something tells me that ain't quite true.
The priest is telling the truth. Obtaining a rift core is a delicate process. Never mind that. The rift has done something.
Rift? That's right. We were here to investigate rifts. So why is there one in the sky? Why is everything destroyed? What's happening to me? And Sandoval? Jepson?
It's called reconstitution. The Protectorate are trying to put the whole station back to how it was before it was destroyed. You included. But it's failing.
So I've come back from death to some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right?
Pretty much.
You can help me, though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix this.
Nope, the rift will keep twisting you until you can't remember your own name. I'm sorry, Helen, but I can't.
Boyd. This is it, ain't it? I'll never see the sun again.
I
Never
swear to
fly
you,
in a
I'll
ship.
stop them from doing this to anybody else.
That's good. Suppose I can take some you know? The sky ain't looking quite so terrifying now. Since I know you'll put it right, think I'll watch it for a while.
When we close the rift, it will be a spectacular sight.
Yeah? The last show I'll ever watch.
Peace ain't easy to come by these days. Glad you found yours, even if it's coming 10 years late. Won't let no one forget you, Helen.
I know, Rookie. Don't you worry about me neither.
Pascal? Helen?
Yeah. All right. Goodbye then, Commander. Maybe we'll meet again in the void.
Sure.
It's all right. This will be over soon. I swear it.
Service pistol, ED service pistol. Where's the Directorate service pistol? Yeah. Haven't seen that one in a while.
I'll just wait here, Commander.
Yeah, you wait there.
Go on.
At least she got some sort of resemblance of these, right? What's up here? Why can't we go here? There's something to do. Oh, there's a rift here that we can interact with.
I mean, apart from the whole rendering space-time asunder. And look there. That rover looks inbound for the skip labs.
We can cut a little bit of the path short, but we're not doing that. We'll go back to where we were with the other order dude over here. Know a couple women. One collects My Little Pony. The other owns a battle tank. Yeah, I would go with the one with the battle tank.
Soldiers look even more hideous.
The Order thanks you for your tactful negotiations with Auntie's choice. Supplies
Sounds
are
like a lot
available
more
atop
fun.
You with Auntie?
Hold clear.
Supplies and medical attention are available to you, Commander. Please, proceed.
Proceed.
Just as any treatments or supplies you may very well. You should notice an improvement to your
Thank you.
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Step up and take a gander. I've got armor in all shapes and sizes for such a moment calls for a once-in-a-lifetime deal, wouldn't you say? Go on, take anything you need from the stockpile. Auntie's graciously covering the bill.
Don't mind if I
In the
do.
future when you're out.
Gimme, 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 gimme. Explosive auto spray, sure.
Greetings. In what particular step? I say usually because no
What
catch.
you got?
Well, technically I'm barred from practicing medicine in our... It's all a technicality. I have been fully... Oh, tell me, do you feel as terrible as you look?
Hey, that's not very nice.
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Adrenal bubble up. Letter. Yeah, we already have that. Okay, so this was just a restock area. I don't mind having a free restock. Not gonna lie, that's not a bad thing. But no, we still have to go up here. Big open. Yoink. Hold on, that's not worth a big gun for.
Liquidate 'em.
It's a lot of trouble.
Moving in close.
Oh. Derek needs the combat engineer tractor. Help. Find a tank, no gun. It has a crane and a dozer blade. Still sounds like fun. Access automechanical controls. Act 13, explosive 10. Seriously? Who the hell is explosive 10? Extend the bridge. Oh.
Can't the rift ever reconstitute anything nice?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Niles. Aim it properly. We could take out 2 dragoons with 1 shot, right? Maybe, hopefully.
Exposure.
Nope.
Undermanned.
only one.
Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
Yep. Nope, nothing, 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 nothing. This place looks like hell. Bad turret. Daily ops today is a freaking nightmare. Really? What's the op? Yeah, he doesn't have first, so he doesn't have a free reroll. That doesn't look good.
That ain't a normal rift. Normal as they can be, anyhow. Is that plasma in its orbit? It'll take some...
Okay. Back. No. Back.
This is Scientist Bernard Rand, sent to Horizon Point Station by order of the consul. While monitoring the reconstitution, I picked up strange readings in the old skip lab. The core appears to be pulling plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more data. Fortuitously, in searching the remains of the lab, I found an equation that could manipulate the core just enough to clear the chamber. And my way to professional acclaim. Let this be a record of Protectorate ingenuity. Bernard Rand, the man who marched fearlessly into chaos and tamed it.
Well, at least we can treat his utter and complete failure as a lesson. We ought to look around for a different equation.
Yeah, I mean, he tried. He failed spectacularly, but he tried. Constantly on a server with unleveled people like myself, and the two people I was with seem like they've never done a daily ops ever. That's just.
Can't hear orders. Oh! Why are you sleeping? Orders.
Hi. I don't think that's supposed to be there.
For you.
Someone call for a medic. Happy to help. Discreetly.
So we're back in a very loud area. Auto dock. Definitely use the auto dock. Room closet is this door. Oh, we can't unlock it, so we have to go through the pipes here. I have two friends. When they are on, they do a daily op because it is nice end to their day. Daily without me is not okay. Wait, is it a bar? Playing before you is the complete equation, helpfully labeled for the viewer, that is guaranteed to safely manipulate rifts in a contained setting. The writing itself does not look like the scratching of a quick-thinking scientist, nor does the diagram. Instead, both look as though they have been traced.
That looks to be the equation. Ain't no way that man came up with it himself.
Lockpick 13.
Input it as soon as possible.
This is the Sovereign's office, ain't it? It reeks of overcompensating.
Taking credit for someone else's genius? Can't say I'm surprised.
So... what do we have to do here? No. Consumables. Get some enriched particles. Here we go. I have no idea what any of these numbers mean. Literally none of my Fallout friends are online tonight. Well, that's not helpful. Yeah, we've been there. Don't need to go there again. Been there. And I'm pretty sure we've already been here as well. Yep. Is there a button or something that we need to press? Oh. Bolt spore, baseball card, cream. Mini rolls. And that's still nothing. So that equation means nothing to me. So maybe it means something to anybody else. In the right room. There. Free ammo. Never say no to free ammo. Equation processing, input, stabilization equation. There we go. Initiate test. Status in progress. There we go.
Great. Now we can get through the chamber. And we won't expire immediately like our friend here.
Okay. Apparently we need to go, and there's a way.
Take a look at these readings. This isn't congruent with our observations in the laboratory.
Yeah.
Our projections are off by orders of magnitude. 12 or 8. Correct all along.
Rift specialist.
Looking pretty scathed, Commander. Practicing some battlefield medicine.
And then... What in the blazes is this shit? Lord Sovereign ship. Ooh, you can get to the Sovereign. I still don't understand why it has tentacles. Why do you have tentacles? Just why? Why does a crabble have 5 stomachs?
Attention! Please report to intake for processing. Welcome aboard.
Unseal the hangar before we're noticed.
Deck 1, crew. Deck 2, science. Deck 3, come on! We're currently in the intake area. It's very loud in here. Can somebody please turn off the music? Would you kindly shut the hell up? Also, there's nobody there. Please tell me there's a radio switch. It's so loud. The auto dock, because why not? Unseal hangar doors. Return to route. Massages. Employment prohibition has been overridden by Consul Emery Thoreau.
Attention, crew deck. Intruder alert. Be vigilant.
Reinforcements incoming. Finally. I was getting tired of doing everything around here.
Oh, look at them.
Ready to take the heat off, Commander. Just
I cease functioning selflessly, without complaint or groan.
Approaching target coordinates.
Alpha.
Auntie Cleo is here.
Morally grey contractor. Join me. We have important business to discuss. Come, quickly now. Well, glad you
Auntie
finally
Cleo.
chewed that open. Things are getting
I think my water
appreciably
textures
worse
are
out
making the
there.
fishing extra
We're running
laggy.
out of time to
I'd set
seize
it
the
to low.
rift and force it into corporeal insolvency. The presiding bishop wished for me to relay a message to you. Why she couldn't send her own courier, I couldn't say, but I'll attempt to simplify. The rift modulator is on the science deck, one floor up. Deck access is restricted without proper credentials. Imagine that twice as long and in the form of a distance problem. Of course, you'll either need to pilfer an access card, swindle some daft sod out of it, or find some other way around the deck restrictions.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
We'll hold here to ensure you...
Okay, you hold here and do that. Bunker Mac.
You're remarkably effective for someone so ignorant of abstract calculus.
What? I'm not ignorant of calculus. I'm just not interested in calculus. That doesn't mean that I'm ignorant of calculus. I just have a calculator, so why would I do it manually? Tin Can, proficient purveyor of provisions. We've bought stuff from him before.
This unit is rated to address any of your needs. If your needs are emotional, rest assured that any silences on this unit's behalf, please make a request.
You don't see my identification. Need Quartermaster requisition slip. Aww. What do you have? You've got a very expensive kinetic shock rifle. Incendiary rocket pistol that we don't need. Okay. So where is the Quartermaster? He is supposed to be around here somewhere if we can get a Quartermaster slip. Right, isn't that how it's supposed to work? If you can get the goodies, that means that the dude should be here. So we still can't shut up these stupid speakers. And they are not doing my headache any good.
Keep it up and we'll name a vodka flavor after you.
That's an elevator.
What's going on down there, Deck 01? I saw an intruder alert.
No alert here, cadet. Might want to check your system.
Acknowledged. This intercom is to be used for emergencies only. Now, how can I assist you, Deck 01?
The access to Deck 02.
How many times must I explain this to you all down there? Every subject aboard the Providence must keep their deck access credentials. If you misplaced your access card, Sovereign help you, because I surely cannot. Perhaps a colleague would be willing to lend you theirs,
Apparently we need to find some note or dialogue or whatever. Engineering 7, of course. Mother trucker. I should have specialized instead of generalized my character.
you later.
Takes all sorts.
Really? Hi, Doc. Scientist Winifred Wu is scheduled for a follow-up appointment. Chief Scientist Montserrat has authorized her to be pulled from her duties as
Reminder, any and all, how might this unit bolster or reduce your current blood volume?
I understand Scientist Wu has a follow-up appointment here.
Doctor-patient confidentiality is currently enabled. Unit
Machines
cannot
don't
share
operate
patient
on medical
details.
ethics. Just tell me what you know.
Analyzing argument complete. Argument accepted. Scientist Winifred Wu is currently subject must receive regular injections of saline solution or will experience leg paralysis and must be carried to sickbay. Unit has been assured this is most embarrassing. If you how might this unit
Breath of the Sovereign. Not helpful. Give me that. Okay, so we have something about Scientist Wu. In case we need to talk our way out of here. I hate this loud music. The downside is if you turn it down, it turns down everything in the entire freaking system. Like, there's a music option, but the music option doesn't turn down just the music, it turns down sound effects as well. Scientist woohoo! Woohoo! Ooh, there's a quartermaster requisition slip, so that's what we wanted for that one. Hi. Hi.
If you must, please make a request.
I'm exchanging a requisition
Received.
ticket.
Dispensing standard regimental supplies. Complete. If you have helm sizing concerns, please increase or decrease the size of your head.
Really?
This ship is only for authorized Protectorate. If you are not a Protectorate subject, please purchase a weapon from this unit and shoot yourself.
Sure.
Subjects are expected to pay for any supplies beyond standard issue. Monthly munition supplies should be quite sufficient for training purposes. In case of enemy attack, subject is expected to kill invaders efficiently enough not to require additional resources.
Sure. I need to go here. What the hell does this do? Let's see if that works. I don't know if that works. Oh, I need to add a stream marker. There we go. You got nothing interesting. Okay. So now we can talk to the dude on the speakers. And then tell him that we've got supplies for something Wu. Scientist Wu needs urgent care for Lennox syndrome, doctor's orders.
I shall send her down right away. But this is becoming a daily occurrence, and I will see such slothfulness reflected on her record.
But she's sick. Good. That'll teach her for not working through the pain like the rest of us.
Exactly right. Think I enjoy sitting here, fielding inane requests day after day? But I remind you that gossip is strictly prohibited over this channel. Over and out.
You know, it's against code to impede me from seeking medical treatment.
Stop deviating from the baseline.
Your weapon works. Test it somewhere else.
Science deck access credentials. Sure. I don't care, it's a scientist. They have more.
Moved my head there for a moment.
They have more scientists.
Good thing we already have the credentials we need then. Anyway,
I know.
The modulator has got to be on this deck. We should poke around, but quiet-like. See what
Factory
information we can
13. Aww. I want that. More scientist access credentials.
Protectorate or not, no one deserves this.
Biological tissue sample.
Attention, science deck. Intruder alert. Be vigilant.
Why are you shooting at the wall now? Between the frantic scribbles of equations you can't understand, there is a single phrase you can read. There is no answer. What the frick?
Take the load off. Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander. I hope we find something
Susceptible to danger.
Back off!
All charged up.
Commander, you're bleeding.
Ow.
Disruptive influences confirmed.
Don't mind me.
I should use the other one. The one that takes over the robots. Auto hacker, that one.
Y'all need to give us some space. Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
me know when you... Narrowing, engaging. Hostile.
Reckon it was foolish to think we could stuff the modulator into a satchel. I'll see what we can learn about it in the meantime.
There we go. Chief Scientist Montserrat's key card. Anything else? Nope, nope. Where's Chief Montserrat? Hi. We shoot him and got to loot him or something. Oh, there you go. Hi, Montserrat. You are the chief scientist aboard the Providence, with the expertise to recognize that an impossible request is just that, impossible. You know that this plan of reconstitution is doomed to fail. Do not be crippled by your desire for self-preservation any longer. You must convince our leaders that what they seek is folly. When his time is right, take the schematics and your report from the module in the Rift Modulator chamber. Attached are the access credentials to the command deck, no more excuse. Stand before the console and speak the truth for once in your matriarch-given life.
Yay! Accessing report. Rift Restoration Analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate. Marked for delivery to Consul Thoreau.
Esteemed Consul, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding as we are now with Horizon Point Station will surely lead to severe, unanticipated consequences. The modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will certainly lead to the destruction of any vessel carrying it. Unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for, from the ancient rifts detected in the far reaches of space untouched by humanity, has not yielded any of its secrets. And we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control of this rift. I recommend diverting from our current plan before it is too late for Arcadia. I've included extensive notes and annotations appended to the modulator schematics to substantiate these conclusions. I know you will guide us wisely, my dear Consul.
Take the cartridge and the schematic. That doesn't sound right.
If they found rifts in deep space where humanity supposedly ain't been, how did they form? It don't add up.
It's a stumper, all right. But we'll have to worry about it later. Right now, we should concentrate on finding the
makes my
console.
skin crawl. Might even be literally at this point. We just
Confront
need
the
one
console.
modulator in our possession.
Big bang, big bang, big bang, big bang, bang. There we go. Command deck. I like big guns and I cannot lie. This giant gun will definitely fly. Because I'm gonna shoot the console in his face and he will surely
Here
die.
before me. Surprised you could outrun these new legs of mine. They're what everyone's going to be wearing next fall.
Well, I'm here now. Where's the rift modulator?
There is no rift modulator. Only secured when we kill the
But
consul.
you at least found it, yes? And I presume you had the foresight to siphon the schematics onto a data cartridge. Did you find anything else of note?
This isn't a treasure hunt. I'm trying to stop the consul and close the rift. Some intel, apparently these rifts have been found in space where humanity has never been.
Appreciate your sand. You have exactly the sort of go-getter attitude I admire. Well, good news, You might be savvy enough to talk him down, but his type requires a deft touch. You'll need to break him down brick by brick. If you're too adversarial, he'll simply shut down.
Nothing gives me a bigger thrill than breaking somebody's spirit.
That's a trait you and I have in common. Just remember, pick the right weak spot to undermine. And in case you aren't quite as sharp as you appear...
Ain't opposed to speaking with the man, but I reckon you're both in for a nasty surprise if you think he'll play by corporatist rules.
The more we debate, the more time we squander. We must resupply and shore up whatever defense... And if you've something to say to any of us, Commander, I suggest you say it while you have the chance.
We'll succeed.
This is it, Commander. Only thing standing between us and saving Arcadia is a single dastardly villain.
Dastardly villain.
Feels almost quaint after everything else, don't it? This is the mission we should have been on from the moment the Earth Directorate dropped us into the system. Liberating Arcadia from its despots.
You help make this possible, Niles.
I think of it as more of a group effort, but you're welcome. You know, back in the day, reading tales of all your daring do's, never could have imagined myself fighting alongside you. Not just as a fellow agent, but also a friend. Funny how life turns. All right. Loved.
To business there. Hope the consul's ready for the grand finale. But just in case things get a little frenzied in there, I wanted you to know that once we make it out of here, I'm gonna buy you the biggest tankard of zero-G you've ever seen.
It's me who should be buying you one. Who wouldn't have gotten here without you?
Ain't heartburn I'm feeling right now, is it? No, must be sentiment. Ought to get back to our preparations, Commander.
I'd say it's been an honor, but, well, suppose we both know better.
What's this? Requirements not met. Hack 20. Intruder alert. Change command. Exit. Sell our junk because why not? Heal up while we can. And apparently I've uploaded a video. Ooh. Ooh. Emery, I regret the way we left things, blah 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 blah.
Always the same story, ain't it? These types are too cocky and too deluded to see a threat and Canaan will always bite back.
Don't take a seat. This will be quick. My sentinels tell me you have some interesting ideas. Oh, easy. No need to break into a sweat. Interesting ideas can be useful in the right hands. Especially now that our partnership with the Order has become fraught. We may need our own version of their pacifying doctrine.
Oh, so I do have a germ of an idea. A less grand version of the grand plan. Instead of atoms and particles and such, it's made up of us. All doing our part, like cogs in a machine.
Interesting. A system where every subject believes they have a role to play. Enthusiastic obedience. Why, the Sovereign and I were thinking of this very thing. What should we call it?
Well, I'm not sure. It's still just a germ of a concept, of a hint of an idea, you see. It's a whole new way of thinking. A new model of society. Quite the paradigm shift.
Paradigm. Very good, Esmond. Say, you look frazzled. Troubled by your own thoughts. Why don't you report to mental refreshment? My staff will personally see to your well-being.
Okay.
Never would I ever have believed Auntie Cleo herself would walk through that door. But I haven't time to linger in the novelty. Sentinels, if you would.
Do I appear like someone afraid of a few guns? Give it up, Emery. You've lost this war. Have some dignity. You're coming off desperate.
On the contrary, this desperate action is what will save all of Arcadia and rid it forever of trespassers like you.
Did you also claim you were saving the Sovereign when you stabbed him in the back?
Do not place his decision at my feet. I know it's difficult for the likes of you to fathom the concept of self-sacrifice, but he chose mental refreshment for the good of us all.
No, he did not.
What am I to do but carry on his legacy? What am I to do but achieve what he could not?
You're right, he definitely didn't try to kill everybody with a space
I'll only be
anomaly.
killing a select number permanently. The worthy, however. Yes, I know well who you are. In any other situation, I might be compelled to take you apart and see how precisely it is you operate. You are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and foolhardy metal.
That's not true. And also my breaking and entering skills. You ought to beef up security, by the way.
Indeed. Rarely are there enough measures to keep the most tenacious of sprats from gnawing their way in. I've been following your progress closely, you know, since you so unceremoniously tampered with our Vox relay on Paradise Island.
Hey, I
When you
did that
began
very
your
ceremoniously.
dealings with the Order and the Corporatists, I thought that perhaps having a chaotic element in their midst could work in our favor. But now you're here, scurrying around my ship and attempting to thwart the Protectorate yet again.
I'm not attempting anything. Your ship, huh? Could have sworn I saw the Sovereign's
You
name on
think
it.
yourself clever, don't you? The Sovereign is indisposed, leaving myself as the sole custodian of Arcadia. What's his is mine. And the victory I inevitably clench over you, over anyone, will be his in turn, even if he's not here to bask in it.
Then I hope he's ready for disappointment. I never
Such
did.
bravado is unbecoming when you can't make good. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
You used the peace talks as a test run for this.
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend.
That's my daily face. Oh, you're
Very
casually
well.
admitting to war crimes.
Once the rift destroys Arcadia, we shall edit the information stored within it and use the modulator to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon
it
Point's
doesn't work.
destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the architect intended.
Uh-huh. Already know the matriarch didn't invent skip drives. Why is that relevant?
Intrepid, aren't you? Well, what's relevant is what came after. Our matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse, which eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed.
No, it's not.
And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed.
I know you think your plan is right, but you'll consider if you hear me out.
It's your time that's running out, not mine. So go on, tell me all the ways I'm wrong. Better yet, tell the whole room how His Eminence, the Sovereign, was wrong. This was originally his plan, after all.
No,
I
it
am merely
was
a
not.
partner seeing it carried out.
Your plan to restore Arcadia will for harmony. That's a lie. The Sovereign never wanted this. You preferred it his plan.
Do not presume to tell me what is or isn't the truth. I was advisor to the original sovereign. I know the mind of a true leader. This is the path Henry should have taken.
You two argued over what to do with the rift modulator. He was acting out of love, not power.
Yes, of course we argued over methodology. Henry was always too stubborn, too focused on the past to understand the opportunity before him. I regret that he had to make such a difficult choice. That one of the matriarch's heirs is not guiding us. But he needed to look beyond himself. Like I am doing now.
No, you're not. You tricked him into destroying his own mind. I found him at Placid Waters.
You just come and go as you please, do you? I ensured he would have a handler by his side if any assistance was needed. And I understand that it is, which is regrettable. But fulfilling the architect's plan is worth the cost. Henry would agree. The people would agree.
Your plan to restore Hallway is futile. You're losing support of your people and there's nothing undoing that. You'd have killed him if you could have gotten away with it.
Tell me, do you have anything other than wild speculation at your disposal? So you say. Though it matters, you will not distract me from taking what is owed to us.
But you won't be saving this colony. Everything reconstituted will be brought back wrong.
And what is your definition of wrong? Have you anything substantial to
I
back
do.
such a claim? I see. Well, the man was always a cynic. I find that attitude can skew results even more than a thumb on the scale might. One data point means little. The
No, it's more than
was
one.
clearly meant to harness this power. Nothing you claim can disprove everything that points to this reality.
I've seen the Matriarch's writings. You have no idea what she
I
envisioned.
will not be lectured by an outsider. It's just like the Earth Directorate or any other interloper. To claim to better know the custom. Certainly if you had your way, you would claim Arcadia as yours and rewrite history to suit your own aims.
No, the Matriarch's son rewrote history. He betrayed her wishes, and this is the
It's
result.
true. Your matriarch suspected the Protectorate was doomed from the get-go. Reuben was mucking things up even before his mother's body was cold.
No, Reuben would not have gone against her. He was a stalwart protector of Arcadia to the end. We could all see his devotion. If he even attempted to bastardize the Protectorate cause, then we will have undone all of the Matriarch's work.
But you have. Required info not found. Guess you threw your hat in with the wrong person. Yep, and you're just as guilty as
I do
Reuben.
not dismiss that I was complicit. It was my duty, but surely it cannot be possible that I've gotten this wrong. It doesn't matter what you bring before me. I stand firm in the knowledge that I am following the grand plan, and that I will be vindicated.
You will not be vindicated. You've killed millions of your people. You can still do the
And
right
leave
thing.
the traitors and invaders alive? No! Death is the only way forward. We can only be made pure from the ashes, despite whatever supposed proof you have to the contrary.
If you're wrong, you will destroy everything you claim to love. Nothing is worth that risk.
Claim? If you cannot see the truth of my devotion written plain, then now I see why you are against me so. But you are wrong about the risk. We are losing this war. It is inevitable. The victors will brutally subdue us until we become corrupted. Until we forget our principles, our history, the very core of who we are. It is better that we perish together as proud Protectorate, proud Arcadians. Preserving our purity is a mercy. More than that, is it not love?
No, it's not. You dare call that love after what you did to the Sovereign and so many
Do you
others.
think I found pleasure from the pain I've wrought? No! I've only done what I must. A child, a society, cannot grow into its potential without firm correction. I would die to see that the Protectorate's legacy would not be tarnished. Just as I would die for its promise to be fulfilled, and its subjects to live in peace.
There's nobody going to leave. Requires speech 13. You disgust me, and you're too far gone.
As are you. Your
ready.
Shit! That was a bad shot. Wow, we can take a lot of punishment. Ow. Ow.
Out of sight and on the way. To the rescue. Sight unseen.
Maintaining perfection. Disruptive influences.
Vitals look good.
Trigger's still tight.
Craft's still recharging. Happy to help. Discreetly.
Relinquishing.
Pushing ahead.
Soften them up.
Medkit coming your way. Strength ready if you need a house call. Sir.
Sheesh.
Don't mind me.
So, if we need to talk him down, we really need to specialize our build this time around. So where's the console? Because we melted a bunch of people, but I don't see the dust pile that's supposed to be the console. Reconstituted. Yep, no console.
What are you waiting for? The module's right there.
Gawk awkwardly on your own time. Go on now.
Okay.
Get.
Manual operation. The reconstitution has grown increasingly volatile, and the Rift device has lost control capabilities. Closure of the Rift will, via conventional means, is no longer possible. Brace for catastrophic event.
Seems all my considerable efforts here have been ill spent. Total rift destabilization is imminent. Our last resort is our only resort now. We need to fly the rift modulator in.
Yes.
No. Don't you tell me.
Oh, brighten up, everyone. Not all of us need go, but someone present will need to take one for the team.
And it's definitely not gonna be new to risk when we embark on this mission. We cannot bonk at them now. And by someone present, you mean somebody who isn't you.
Oh, what's the point of living if you can't allow yourself the occasional moment of theatrics? The Order and I will use the schematics and the processed rift data to mass produce modulators that are usable at a distance. These pesky rifts will soon no longer plague the colonies.
Yeah, you should fly the ship, Auntie. Only fair considering how others have been sacrificing for you.
If you're looking for a sap to fly that rickety rig, don't look at me. I intend to abscond back to my ship with those wonderful little schematics. I have plans for those plans.
Yeah, no. You should do it for the good of everybody in Auntie's
Good
choice.
try. You do recognize I run a cutthroat meritocracy, yes? I'm a philosophical leader in the field of mercenary self-interest. You'll need to find someone else, I'm afraid. Now, hand over those schematics and make it snappy.
We'll handle this, go.
I don't like where this is headed.
Well, now, and avoid tearing up about
You got
how
the
this
stuff.
all...
Knew it'd come down to us.
No need to belabor this. I will fly the ship. Back on greater tranquility, you wish to give me a chance to atone for my mistakes. I'd say that opportunity has come.
I'll be damned. Appears you're capable of expiation after all.
I'll do no such thing. I make the decisions around here. No need, I'll do it. What leader would I be if I didn't step
One
up?
who chooses not to die needlessly. But if you are set on this, I would still join you. This is my mission too, and I'll not back down if there are others to carry out the rest.
Nothing like sending 2 Earth Directorate agents to do what needs doing. They'll write a serial on this someday.
Funny, just the 2 of us in the end. Out of breeze.
Don't read so much into it, Commander. Let us go.
Whee! Salvation awaits, Commander. I'm itching to reach
the other 2 are gone.
The sooner we control the ship, the sooner we
venture forth. Here we go. Here we come to wreck the day. We're gonna crash into the rift. Bloody. I clearly have not discovered enough about Auntie and everybody else to make her fly into the ship and stuff. Oh no, we're dead.
And so, in the end, the commanders sacrificed themselves to save the galaxy. No one knew their motives or thoughts in those final moments, though legends grew around this mythical agent of the Earth Directorate all the same. Augustine de Vries went along, knowing nothing would make up for her actions. But at least she'd not have to live with her guilt any longer. Thanks to the commander's quick thinking in sparing it from the Vox station's fiery crash, Paradise Island's Fairfield remained a profitable company town for Auntie's choice. Vigilant Hogarth was declared a traitor to the Protectorate, along with most other Westport townsfolk. They were judged according to the paradigm, then sentenced to be executed until dead, forever tied to the city they could not protect.
Oh, poor Hogarth.
Auntie's choice assumed control over the day-to-day workings of Matriarch's Mercy, the better to monitor their new colleagues in the Order. The monastery, however, returned to normal operation, tracking the clockwork of the grand plan. The monastery's abbot became a scapegoat for recent tragic events, having not detected Wiley's dastardly schemes. His superiors demoted him, mainly to show their corporatist allies that academics could keep their people in line too. Seer Wiley fled the Order and sought refuge in a backwater Arcadian town to contemplate his failings. As word of the ex-seer's arrival spread, people lined up for predictions. Forsaking the math that failed him, he offered obvious yet effective advice instead. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully in his sleep at the scientifically astounding age of 6. Val continued to serve the Earth Directorate faithfully for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. As he rose through the Earth Directorate ranks, Niles pressed for a field directive to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed significant risk. The policy reduced agent casualties by a significant margin. Oddly enough, in-office deaths increased by a not insignificant margin. Agent Niles Ibarra achieved the rank of commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate.
Good job,
He
Niles.
recruited his friend Zebulon Tran to the Earth Directorate, a gesture of gratitude for not airing the Directorate's dirty laundry. Together, they vowed to reform the agency from within, so it might never again bargain with authoritarian governments. Ultimately, Niles rose to the position of Secretary General. His term saw
Nice
the
job.
Earth Directorate at its most popular, or, in the eyes of corporations and tyrannical governments, most feared. Following Inez's humiliation of Auntie's Choice VP Willard Conan, the grafting program was shuttered forever. Inez ensured that all surviving grafted soldiers received full medical treatment and were compensated for their suffering. Those who died from the experiments were honored.
Good job, Inez.
Utilizing what he learned alongside the commander, Tristan attempted to reform Protectorate society from within. But with no authority figure to lead its subjects, the Protectorate was a shell of its former self. Asa finally achieved her dream of dying in a rift. All it took was a daring and blood-soaked heist of a modulator to create a rift that she then summarily leapt into. Thus Asa remained a fanatical member of the glorious dawn, spreading the truth of the rifts to her final agonized
Aww.
birth. With
For
the
Asa.
modulator schematics shared as joint intellectual property, Auntie's choice and the Order's partnership remained steady, despite the need for constant compromise. For a time, the Arcadia colony thrived. Auntie Cleo went through the motions of accommodating the Order, yet privately aspired to keep free trade anything but free. She began a new initiative. Any corporation or government that refused her trade conditions was promptly dealt with.
What a surprise.
Either via takeover
That's why I
or
wanted her to
strategic
go
use
on
of
and
rifts.
crash into the
Auntie
rift.
made her first public appearance in years, inspiring a fashion trend in bubble helmets. In no time at all, she won more public support than Ruth, which she sought to use as leverage
Hello,
when the
Dill.
time was right.
Did I miss?
Adrift
Yes, you
without
missed.
firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collaborated to preserve their society in the face of Arcadia's new leadership. When Sovereign Varric was discovered in mental refreshment, the Order and Auntie's Choice bickered over what to do with him. They ultimately decided to announce his death, while letting him live the rest of his addled days behind closed doors aboard the undisputed claim. Until one day, Amos stumbled upon the Sovereign's private quarters and freed him, rocking the colony with a brief scandal. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. Unable to die in their sacred rift after it was closed, the Glorious Dawn heeded a new calling, seeking the modulators needed to create new rifts, so that they could die in those instead. The
That's
dangerous
helpful.
experimental research of Marisol's contact from Point Obviation lived on, with a seer predicted 11.9% probability of yielding a universe-ending catastrophe. Meanwhile, an entrepreneurial work group of chemistricians unveiled a new flavor of purple berry crunch.
Of course
The
they did.
compromise between the Order and Auntie's Choice led to prioritized assistance for the colonies that agreed to favorable trading terms. The so-called Auntie's Loyalty Program tripled the corporation's net worth. Meanwhile, the Order was able to sermonize their version of scientism alongside Auntie's marketing and PR onslaught, at least to colonies in Auntie's Loyalty Program. Many outside died because their rifts weren't closed in time. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.
That's not good. Still no answer from Earth. Okay, so that's the title screen.
Hey, congrats on reaching the ending. Well, an ending. Plenty more where that came from. How about another go? Additional playthroughs don't cost nothing. Yet.
Okay, that's true. We can do a new game. I am not going to do that now, though. That was the Outer Worlds 2. This will be the end for this game for now. We might go back to it at some point, but for now we're just gonna leave it. Leave it here. I might need to do some research on getting all the intel for a better ending, but we'll see what happens. For now, I'm going to say thank you all very, very, very much for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed this game as much as I did. We will be back tomorrow with Fallout 76, and we need to figure out what we are going to play next on the channel. We'll see what happens on Saturday. For now, thanks for watching. Stay safe, have fun, whatever you're doing. Have a fantastic day, and hope to see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Kaboom.